The text read, "I don't know if I love you anymore." Your chest felt tight. You met in a small cafe on a quiet afternoon. They sat at a corner table, eyes fixed on the cup in front of them. You felt the air grow heavy as you walked over. You asked a simple question. "How are you?" They looked up slowly, voice soft. "I'm not sure." Your heart skipped a beat. You wondered how to bring back what once felt easy. The buzz of the coffee machine felt loud in that silence. You took a deep breath and sat down, ready to try. You asked, "What do you need right now?" They paused and thought. Finally, they said, "I need to feel heard." You nodded and closed your mouth. You looked into their eyes and waited. No phone, no rush, just you and them. Their voice trembled a bit as they spoke. You stayed quiet and let them finish. You felt each word land softly between you. In that moment, you learned that listening can be more than just hearing sounds. It can be a gift you give without cost. You listened without interrupting. Each sentence they shared mattered. You leaned in, nodded, and kept your eyes on them. You did not plan your next words. You just let them talk. When they paused, you waited before you spoke. You asked simple questions. Can you tell me more? Secret 1, listen with care. You felt a gentle warmth as they opened up. They saw you really wanted to know. You learned that a quiet ear can feel like a safe place. You promised yourself to keep doing this every day. You remembered small things, their favorite song, the book they loved. You asked about each one the next time you met. Their face lit up in a way you had not seen in a while. They told you why that song mattered, why that book felt special. You smiled and said, "That sounds amazing." Secret 2, notice details. You saw how remembering tiny facts can show you care. They felt seen, like you were paying close attention. You wrote down their favorites on your phone, ready for the next surprise. One morning you arrived with their favorite drink in hand. They looked up, surprised, and smiled wide. Secret 3, small gifts mean a lot. You did not need flowers or jewelry, just a simple cup made their eyes shine. They took a sip and whispered, "Thank you." The day felt brighter after that. You watched them hold the cup as if it was a small treasure. You felt a soft joy in your chest. That little act showed you cared enough to remember and act on it. You shared your own hopes and fears in a quiet moment. You told them about a dream you had and a worry that kept you awake. They listened with open eyes. Secret 4, be honest. You did not hide your flaws or pretend to be perfect. They reached out and held your hand when you finished. You felt a gentle trust grow between you. They saw you as real and brave for speaking up. You both smiled softly, knowing honesty can build a bridge stronger than any show of perfection. They spoke of a dream class they wanted to join. You asked for details and helped find the sign-up link. You cheered when they hit register. Secret 5, back their goals. You offered to practice with them if they wanted. They sent you a thank you text later, saying you made it easier. You felt proud to be part of their journey. That simple support said, "I'm on your side." They told you they felt stronger knowing you believed in them. You promised to keep helping as they moved closer to their dream. You said, "You look great today," when you saw them walk in. Their cheeks warmed and they smiled shyly. Secret 6, give real praise. You pointed out the small things, how their shirt matched their eyes, how their laugh felt light. They laughed and thanked you. That simple truth made them stand taller. You saw how kind words can lift a tired spirit. You decided to keep noticing and speaking up whenever you saw something good. They told you later that your praise made their day better. Over dinner, you told a silly joke you remembered from long ago. They burst into laughter, clutching their sides. Secret 7, bring joy. Their laugh felt like music in the quiet room. You joined in, and soon the table felt alive again. You saw their eyes shine with happiness. You learned that a small laugh can break a heavy mood. You promised yourself to keep sharing smiles and jokes. They said it was the best dinner they'd had in weeks. You felt your own heart lighten too. When they needed quiet time, you gave space without a word. No calls, no texts, just respect. You left a note on the door. Here when you're ready. Secret 8, respect space. Later, they came out and hugged you. They said the quiet time helped them feel calm. You felt happy you could give them room without taking it personally. You learned that love can grow in silence as much as in words. They told you it showed you trusted them to find their own peace. You reached for their hand during a walk in the park. They held it back gently. Secret 9, show gentle touch. The warmth of their palm felt soft in yours. You both paused to watch birds in a tree. No words were needed in that calm moment. You felt a steady beat in your chest, matching theirs. You learned that a simple touch can say, "I'm here." They later told you it made them feel safe. You promised to keep holding hands whenever you could. On a busy street, you helped carry their bags without being asked. Secret 10, help without asking. They looked at you in surprise and gratitude. You smiled and said, "I've got this." Their load felt lighter, and so did their heart. They told you it meant more than any grand gesture. You saw how small acts of kindness can speak louder than words. You decided to look for chances to help in daily life. They thanked you again later, saying you made their day easier. When you made a mistake, you said, "I'm sorry." Secret 11, own mistakes. You meant it and spoke with a soft voice. They nodded and forgave you without holding a grudge. You felt a weight lift from both of you. You learned that admitting fault can heal small cracks in trust. They told you it showed you cared more about them than being right. You promised to keep owning your errors. That simple act built a bridge of honesty between you. They finished a big work project and told you the news. You cheered and clapped for them. Secret 12, celebrate wins. You took them out for a small treat to mark the day. They glowed with pride as you shared their joy. You learned that their victories felt like yours too. You told them, "I'm so proud of you," and meant every word. They hugged you tight and said it was the best reward. You felt your own heart swell with happiness for their success. You tried cooking a new recipe together on a lazy Sunday. Secret 13, try new things. The kitchen got messy, flour on the floor, sauce on the wall, but you both laughed at each mistake. You tasted each spoonful and adjusted the spice together. They said it was fun to learn something new with you. You felt the joy of shared adventure in that small kitchen. You promised to keep picking new things to do as a team. That simple playfulness made your bond feel fresh and alive. You left a note on their pillow that read, "I trust you." Secret 14, show trust. They found it before bed and smiled softly. You meant every word. You let them make choices without doubt or fear. They felt free to be themselves around you. You learned that trust can feel like a warm blanket. They sent you a text later, "Thank you for believing in me." You felt a gentle glow in your chest. You decided to keep showing trust in small ways every day. You planned a quiet walk by the lake every week. Secret 15, build a ritual. You both looked forward to that time away from noise. You brought simple snacks and sat on a bench, watching ripples in the water. You talked about dreams, hopes, and silly ideas. You felt the world slow down around you. They told you it was their favorite part of the week. You learned that shared routines can knit two hearts closer. You promised to keep that weekly walk as a special time for both of you. They looked at you with soft eyes and a small smile during your lake walk. The spark glowed in their gaze like a gentle light. You felt your heart race in that quiet moment. You remembered all the small acts, listening, gifts, praise, help, trust, that brought you here. You squeezed their hand and asked, "Will you let this spark grow even more?" They paused, then smiled wider and squeezed back. The future felt open and bright. Will they fall deeply in love with you?
Please tell me your answer if you ever passed in this situation once. In comment section, like this video, and also subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. Thank you.